Please help a starving artist out by supporting me on Coffee. Thank you.
The moment you regained conscious, you knew that this day was going to be a grind. Despite it being Sunday. Yesterday had been your birthday. It was a nice celebration with way too much alcohol and other enhancing experiences. One of your friends having decided that this birthday needed to be absolutely special. Your head was pounding, your throat was sore, and worst of all, your limbs ached. You felt as if you had been beaten, then chewed out, spit out, and then beaten again. At least, once you opened your eyes, you realized that you were home, so that was a plus. Quickly you rolled on your side. No stranger, that was a bonus. So no awkward morning with a stranger, at least. Rubbing your eyes, you lift yourself off the bed and scratch your head. Itchy. You huffed annoyed. Every day without fail, you had taken a shower or bath. Only not doing so in very specific circumstances, like that one time your heater broke for 3 days until a handyman fixed it. The reason for that was your incredibly annoying hair. It quickly felt oily and dirty, and the skin under it became incredibly itchy, to the point where you would scratch it until you started bleeding. This was suboptimal. Slowly you slumped into your bathroom. Your apartment was small, but thankfully not completely trashed. Cups that had their contents spilled light on the ground, sure, and there was a bit of confetti, but thankfully that was all. Noticing in the mirror that you were only wearing a simple shirt and shorts, discarding your clothes, you turned on the shower. The warm water cascaded down your body in a satisfying way, almost feeling like a warm hug. You needed this. You deserved this. Picking up your shampoo, you washed your inconvenient head fur as quickly as you could. And 20 minutes later, you stepped out of the bath and in front of your mirror. After a quick lick over your teeth, you shuddered. Your biters felt like they were covered in thick moss. Sighing, you grabbed a toothbrush, covered it in toothpaste before going to town. The minty taste of the paste made you retch. Maybe should have eaten first. But it was already too late. You were way too afraid of the dentist anyway, so might as well, right? Once your teeth were thoroughly cleaned, you stomped back into your bedroom to get dressed. One of your idiot friends, high on whatever they had brought, had decided to throw out all your clothes from the closet. When outside, you collected a few bits and pieces. Black shirt, underpants, yoga pants, plushy socks. You shuddered pleased, the fabric feeling twice as comfortable after your soothing shower. After posing in front of your mirror to give yourself a little bit of confidence for the day, you were ready to be lazy. After all, it was Sunday. You stretched, sighed, and then looked around yourself. Nope, not today. You groaned to yourself and walked past the chaos you and your friends had left behind. You entered the kitchen fully prepared to make food, but instead of a lavish breakfast, you just put some cereal in a bowl, poured some milk and sugar on it, and then went into the living room.
Oh, hello there, Miss Nightguard!
You shrieked at the loud metallic voice, throwing both your arms up into the air like someone was threatening you with a gun. With a loud clong, landed your cereal bowl on the ground, spilling its contents all over the floor.
Oh no, I'm so sorry for scaring you. That wasn't my intention. Would you like me to clean that up for you as an apology?
Inside your tiny living room stood the 6-foot-tall daycare attendant animatronic from your workplace. The mega pizzaplex of Fast Entertainment. Son Drop himself. How? What the hell was going on here? Son? You somehow managed to stutter. The animatronic.
Yes, Night Guard.
What are you doing in my house? He tilted his head.
Last night you showed up at the daycare. I thought Brian had taken over your night shift. Though, you know, since it was your birthday, you had grabbed my hand and just pulled me outside. I'm not allowed to question the securities authority, so all I could do was, well, complain. But you had none of that and promised I could charge at your place. So, I hope you're prepared for the consequences.
As Sun continued explaining, your face got wider and wider. I need to sit down, you mumbled. And Sun, kind soul that he was, immediately pulled one up for you. Sitting, you contemplated a few things. In the meantime, the animatronic cleaned off what was supposed to be your breakfast. I'm so fired. Sun looked at you as he proceeded to throw away the precious cereal.
I want to say I told you so, but you don't appear to remember anything from last night.
You blew up your cheeks.
You know, with all of the Fazbear property theft you committed.
Please not now.
Plus, you made some strange requests after your friends left.
Your eyes widened. What? Sunny took a step back.
Night Guard, are you mad at me?
What did I ask you to do? He blinked and then shrugged.
You ordered I should lie down on your bed, and then something about showing me what a real party was.
Your stomach turned. That did sound like something you would do and say while drunk.
You then took off my pants before parting my legs, and you seemed disappointed. I don't get why, but then you quickly fell asleep on top of me. And after that, I decided to tuck you into bed and charge myself in the living room. Now we're having this conversation. Did I do something wrong?
You wrapped both hands around your neck in a playful attempt to strangle yourself. Obviously, it didn't work. What should I do? Sun looked down at you.
You sound very frustrated. I'm programmed to recommend finger painting in situations like this. Though I doubt that that's what you want to be doing right now. You know, with all the theft you committed.
You closed your eyes for a moment before taking a good look at him. He was a tiny bit dirty, but not too much. So an idea came to you. It was stupid and childish. How about we just pretend this never happened? I'll get you to the pizzaplex and clean you up and nothing ever happened. Sun tilted his head.
The pizzaplex is closed.
On Sundays. Shrugging, you simply replied with, yeah, but I have level 8 access. 5 minutes later, you had crammed the animatronic in your car, after putting him into the biggest hoodie and coat you got, to hide his, mechanical nature as good as possible from any prying eyes. Thankfully, you lived quite close to the pizzaplex, so the drive wasn't all too long.
Night Guard, I have to ask. Are you sure you can get away with this? Because if you know, if you get caught, can I tell Uncle Brian? Oh, he's gonna flip out!
Sun asked as you drove as fast as legally possible. Maybe I'd say I have a 30% success rate, and you blinked, realizing what the animatronic just said.
Don't you dare tell Brian. Okay.
You blinked and then stopped at a red light, turning your attention to him and sighing. Okay, what? He smiled.
I'm programmed to like all employees at the pizzaplex. However, I like you the most. You're a nice person, Night Guard. And that's why I will go against my better judgment and not tell Brian. Though he would find it funny.
You blushed, not expecting the machine to say something that nice to you. Was he flirting? Well, at least it felt like flirting. That was your residual hangover talking, but it really made you blush. Smiling, you gently touched his cheek. Ah, that's cute. I guess. You know, that you like me the most, I mean. This was awkward. To the corner of your eye, you noticed the lights turning green. Thank God. And soon you arrived at the pizzaplex. Using the delivery entrance, you shoot the animatronic inside. The building was dark, understandably. Only a few lights actually being turned on. Again, understandable. Here your undressed son, opting to simply throw the articles of clothing on the ground before taking his hand. Okay. Big guy, let's get you cleaned and return to the daycare. I guess I asked someone to delete the security footage. The animatronic nodded and allowed you to guide him to parts and services. Gently you strapped him into the protective dome, a mechanical installation used for animatronic maintenance. Do you want to be awake or offline throughout this? He shrugged.
I'll leave it to you.
Of course. You decided to keep him online. With a bucket of soapy water and a washcloth, you entered the protective zone. After using the mechanical arms of the maintenance structure to remove all dirty pieces of Sun's animatronic shell, gently you began washing the dirt and alcohol stains off of his plastic.
You're doing great,
he said. And you smiled. Oh, am I?
Yes, you are. Usually Kevin uses the arms to clean me, and it just doesn't feel personal.
Kevin was the on-duty engineer of the pizzaplex. The guy was always pretty chipper, all by a little pervy. But hey, that was Kevin for you.
Ooh, may I see?
Asked Sun as you finished cleaning what was his arm plate. Shrugging, you held it close to his face.
Ooh, very good job, superstar!
You blinked. Superstar? That's what he called customers.
I mean, in theory, you are a customer right now as you're not on the clock.
For a moment, you stopped moving. You didn't realize it yourself. Huh. So then why did you call me Night Guard earlier?
We weren't in the pizzaplex?
That made sense, you thought. And then you blushed. It's weird, and I'm not in the position to ask you for favors, but could you please keep calling me Superstar? At least for today. I really need that. Sun smiled.
Of course, Superstar.
Slowly you continued cleaning as Sun encouraged you all the way. Was nice to hear. You really needed that, even if it came from a machine. Especially today. Your headache was only getting worse. Finally, after 2 agonizing hours, Sun was made proper. Once he put everything back into place, he stood up and gave you the biggest bear hug.
I cannot thank you enough, Superstar!
Dryly you replied, I was the one who caused this. Please don't thank me. For a moment you enjoyed his hug, before adding, but please delete my silly little requests from your long-term memory. Please, I'm begging you.
Oh, you mean when you said...
Don't say it, please don't say it.
You mean when you said you want me to plunge my fingers down your hole so hard you're gonna nut? How do you make a nut?
You're not a plant.
Oh God, I'm going to die.
Hey, thank you for watching my video until the end. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and watch a few more. But before I say goodbye, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm. That's all. Hope you have a good day. Until next time. Bye!